So good morning, guys. Finally, I had the time to set up both machines that I was hoping to review since quite some times now. We have the Flair 58 here with a little bit of modification that I will maybe touch on later. And I have the ALM KOPI machine. The model is the ZXS Espresso S2. I believe S2 stands for stainless steel version because there's a wood-based version. This one have a nice full-size drip tray. So both machines are plugged in since many hours. Both are warm for sure. We are at my small apartment, so this is my regular coffee working station, but it's very, like for today, it's very busy with a lot of stuff and wire. I just want to get this video done because it's very difficult for me to find time for doing videos. So hopefully you guys enjoy. I will touch on both of these machines. I will try to show on camera as much detail as possible, especially on the ALM KOPI machine because it's more a mystical machine. It's made in Taiwan, I believe. Taiwan or Thailand. I think it's Thailand. Sorry for the mistake. By the way, the video will be uncut, so I might be doing a little mistake and saying weird stuff. English is not my first language too. We're today in Montreal, Canada. Nice winter temperature. So let's go. We will have also as a main grinder for this session the StarSeeker Edge Plus grinder. It's a wonderful large conical grinder who have the same burr size as the Niche Zero, and they are not only the same size, but they are very similar geometry. And I will not be doing any milk steaming today, but this is my modified Bellman, which is very, very nice to use. I can crank it up to 4 bar, and I can actually steam at 4 bar. I don't know, it's because the steam tip has very small hole, but it's working very, very well. I can steam milk in a very, very fast way. Great texture, nice for latte art and everything. So, and as for the coffee, I have prepared 2 samples of the Harawato Ethiopian coffee. These 2 are light roasted, 18 grams in each, and these 2 are just on the second crack, so it's more medium, and to my taste I would say very close to the dark roast range. Of course I roast it myself. So I think the more efficient way to do this video would be to pass on each machine and to see the spec and what come with it, and how the seller behaved, and how the shipping was and everything. I know you guys have a lot of questions, so hopefully I will try to do my best and go through everything. So first of all, let's start by the price. The price of those machines can fluctuate a little bit, especially for the ALM KOPI. The Flair 58, as for now in Canadian dollar, from Cafune, which is a very good store I like to buy from, is around 740 Canadian dollar, and I believe that it can be shipped within 1 or 2 or 3 days because it's a production machine and it's always in stock, or like most likely in stock. As for the ALM KOPI, I bought it from iTop store on Aliexpress, and I've been eyeballing this machine for years and wishing to buy one, but the first version of that machine had no heating element, no PID, which is that little annoying box. And I decided to not purchase the first version because to me it didn't make any sense to have such a large group head. It's very, very nicely sized. All thick 304 or 316 stainless steel. I'm not sure. I don't remember exactly. And to have that of a size of a group head without heating element. But recently they came out with an heated version, and it just happened that I sold a Laspadial machine that I have put a lot of time rebuilt and customizing, and so I had a good amount of money. So I decided it was the time for me to treat myself with the best lever I could find, and I didn't want to invest in a straight man because I know they have a very good fan base and they're very nice machine, but I was really looking for a 58 full-size commercial portafilter. Ideally, that everything fit with the standard Faechan E61 group head, like shower screen and puck screen and basket and everything. So this machine is the only option that I found that was available. And it cost me, at the time that I bought it, it cost me $871, including FedEx shipping, and I had, I believe it was around $40 of custom fee, which I was waiting for without a doubt. As for today, the price of this machine on Aliexpress is of $896 Canadian. And I remember at some point, just after, like maybe a month after I bought mine, they had their super special deal for whatever reason, and it was under $800 Canadian. So at that price, it's like ridiculous what you get for that money. But even at almost 900 Canadian dollar, it's very, very, very good deal. I have to mention that this part here, which is the pressure profiler device that I bought separately, of course doesn't come with the machine. The gauge is usually straightly hooked here with that 45-degree elbow. But that's a big plus for that machine to have that connection here, because you can put all sort of device that maybe doesn't even exist now, but will surely exist in the future. So that's it for the price. Like I said, the link from where they were purchased will be in the description. I also noticed that after buying it from Aliexpress, that I could have bought it directly from ALM KOPI. And by looking at trying to find more information on the brand, I found a guy that is called T.A. Faechan, I believe. I hope I'm not mispronouncing the name too badly. And he worked for a company, or he owned a company that is called Eileen coffee product, and they make like crazy stuff. Like if you think that the commercial machine are nicely done and everything, like they built an E61 with heat exchanger boiler that is all open, and it's all made of glass and stainless steel, so you can actually see with light the boiling water, and you can see like if there's junk in the boiler and everything. And that's a big reason why I end up using a lever machine. As some of you guys know, I'm more like in my hobby, I'm doing a lot of technical work on the coffee machine, fixing some, customizing some. And I can tell you, after a while of degunking boiler, I just decide that the more efficient way and to keep the water clean and everything nice to make coffee was with a lever machine with open boiler or no boiler. And these machines, both of these machines will last forever without a doubt. Like if you're using them correctly with half a brain, I really doubt you can mess them up. The only thing you have to do from time to time is to clean them, wash the group head, the gasket, and put a little drop of Molykote 111 compound. That stuff is expensive, but it go a long way and it lasts very long time. It gave a very nice, like, hydraulic feeling to the lever action. So, and that's it. And for this one, from time to time, you might want to clean the shower head, but I will touch on this later. So both of machine come with accessories. As for the Flair, it's pretty well-known machine. It come with mine came with 2 baskets, a very small temper that I actually enjoy a lot, bottomless portafilter, and their puck screen. The gauge is standard. The mirror is not. So I just simply attach a neodymium magnet with epoxy, and I found, or I built, a little ball joint mirror from like a examination mirror. So and I put it like this and it worked fantastic. So, and about that, it's pretty much it. You get the wire, you get the filmy silicone drip tray, and that's it for this machine. As for the ALM KOPI, like I said earlier, the price is a little bit higher, but it's also come with a lot of accessories that unfortunately I don't have with me today because they're all in my office. The Flair is usually in my office, and I use the Flair with the ALM KOPI temper and stuff. So it come with a full-size 58 distributor tool, like a little bit like this one, but a little bit less fancy, I would say. But it's still very good. It came with a full-size temper. The temper fit is also very good. All mirror polish, everything very nice and clean. There's a portafilter funnel to grind and to distribute in the basket. Mine came with also 3 piston silicone O-ring. They are colorless O-ring. They seem to make or have them made for themselves, but they are regular sized O-ring, and also the group head gasket is a normal XE61 silicone group gasket. So I can literally go out my house to the first coffee store and buy a gasket if I need to, and it will fit. And this one will probably function for years and maybe more. But if I need to, for some reason, if I break it or something, most of the parts on this machine are standard, which is not the case on the Flair 58. So about that, it came, I think, with a small spray bottle, a nice naked portafilter. The quality is actually pretty nice. The wood is it's a bit dark in comparison of the handle, but it's the same wood. It's mostly like the angle of the camera doesn't seem to show really the nice grain, but it's pure wood, same as the leg and same as the front logo. It also came with a double basket, a puck screen, and a very nice lamp that very nice, like it's not very nice, it's most likely a lamp that is used for something else, but it's magnetic, and I quite like it to have it on my shot when I pull shot, especially in the morning or late at night. It just make, like, I like to look at the puck, and they know it, and they like to look at the puck too, the portafilters, see how the coffee come out. So you can feel like these guys, they absolutely know what they're doing. They are very on top. It's not like when you buy some Chinese machine and half of it is like thought after and fit weird. And no, 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 no. These guys, they are absolutely on top. Absolutely on top. And just as reference, I've been a machinist for a big part of my life. I also did welding before what I'm doing now. And I can tell you, like, on a built-in quality perspective, this machine is mind-blowing for the price. And we will touch on it a little bit later. And finally, it came with a nice full-size shot mirror. It's not comfortable to put it on this corner. So I don't know where it's supposed to be put, but I really like the view that I'm having from there. And of course, as you can see, this one came with PID. And yes, the box is large, but I built a lot of PID myself to modify machines. And I believe the reason why it's built like this, and it's because there's other component inside, just so it can breathe correctly. There's no fan noise, but still, like, it's built correctly. There's a composite inside. It's not just a simple PID with nothing else. So, and a good thing, if I need to get that thing fixed for whatever reason, I can guarantee you that I will find someone around me if I'm not able to do it myself, which is most likely the case. But it's like simple electrical stuff. It's not like very fancy stuff that only this company is making, like it's standard stuff. And the Flair come with that little, I don't know how to call it, device that give you 3 level feet, but you have no idea of which temperature you are. So, like, the logic would say that first light is for dark roast, medium is for medium roast, and the full heat is for light roast. About that, as for the size of the machine, there's an elephant in the room. And, like, the ALM KOPI is a big lever. It's a big lever machine, no doubt. It might be still smaller than a lot of E61 machine, but thing is that you have a lever to manage here. So if you're pulling it full height, you need quite a lot of room. As for the Flair, it still need a lot of room, but it's like a bit more forgiving for the size wise. So the Flair is about 7.5-inch wide, 11.5-inch tall. That's not including the lever pull. With the lever, it reaches 24 inches and 15 inches of depth. The group head can be filled if you're not doing some pull and water bubble exit tricks and stuff. Just as standard, it's supposed to be filled with 60 milliliter of water. And the machine is weighing 5.4 kilogram. The element, I believe, inside the group head is 48 watt, and it allows the machine to be heat up in a very reasonable time. I would say within 10 minutes you can pull a shot if you're not too crazy about like perfect temperature and stuff. Like, I usually at work, after 10 minutes it's on, I pull a shot and it's good. As for the ALM KOPI, it's 8 inches width, 18 inches height without the lever extended. With the lever extended, it's reached 32 inches. So if you have cabinet on top, it might be an issue, because if you want to maximize the pull that you will get, you might want to almost fully extend it, but you doesn't need to use 100 milliliter of water to pull a shot. So this is something that you might actually want to manage otherwise. The machine itself weighs 11.1 kilograms. So just here you should understand like the quality build, the material, the design, everything. That should be enough to let you understand like the difference between those two machines. I believe just the drip tray here probably weight the same as the Flair 58. I will add up a little bit of light here. Okay. So, and the heating element is 100 watt, so I believe it's twice the heating power of the Flair. It's normal because it have a larger mass of metal to heat up, but it's still very nice, very nice. I will also touch on this later, why this is not a problem. Of course, it takes more time to heat up. Like this machine, maybe in 20 minutes would be fully heat up, but it's not a problem because you can run it with a smart plug like this, which is very cheap, like $5, and you can control it with your phone. And you can put settle, so it's heating up before you wake up. It's hot when you're waking up. You can close it in the day. You can light it up from like 20 minutes, 30 minutes before you came up from work and stuff like that. And it's working flawlessly, which you cannot do with the Flair because this part here need to be manually activate. So you cannot run it with a smart plug, unfortunately. The group head also contain 100 milliliter. I believe maybe a bit more, which is very nice. Like if you want to do a longo or weird style of shot, or like you want to have it drip at first with a very low water debit and then pull a longer shot after to make some sort of drip espresso or any other type of new wave espresso. You're not limited. That's my point. You're not limited. As for the PID, as you can see, the way it's plugged, that's something. This part here is a little bit annoying because it's pushing the machine from the wall. So in my case, since I have a very small setup and apartment and everything, I use the place to hide the PID behind. And honestly, I have it for many months now and it's not a problem. But I understand for some people it can be annoying. In the best of the world, I would have drilled my countertop and just hide the PID under the table. And I really hope in the future that they offer a longer cable. These are very high-grade connection cable that are used from what they said in the aircraft manufacturing. So that is nice. But that's it about like for the way it's done. So then the PID size is 6.25 inches height by 3.5 inches depth and 7.5 inches width, and I'm not counting like the connection point here and here. So about that, that's it for the size. Finally, what I'm thinking about the pros and cons of each machine. I think I will start with the ALM KOPI and I will finish with the Flair 58. And after that, I will try to pull 2 shots with each. and the grinder should be near dialed in, but I have to say I had to cut some corners to be able to film this morning, because I have my kids and wife, and sometimes they're around, they make noise and stuff, and I was hoping to really have like peace of mind to make this video. So I didn't took the time to perfectly dial everything. Both machine will run out of BEP. I don't know if it will show correctly. These are MHW 3 bomber basket. Both are the same basket. They are the best, in my opinion. These are the best basket for the money, because they have like that very, very, very fine stainless steel mesh, which is almost like putting a paper in the bottom of the portafilter, and on the other side you have those very large hole, so the flow is fantastic, and the espresso is still very clean, and they work very nicely. So both of the portafilter are equipped with the same basket, and I will use the same grind setting with my Edge Plus grinder. So for the pros of the Flair 58, it is extremely lightweight. The design aesthetically is quite pleasing, I would say. It catch the eyes. Everybody in the office who see it really enjoy it. So that's for sure a plus. You can disassemble it quite easily. So if you want to get it like in a travel or something, it's very manageable to do. The eating time, it's pretty quick too. And the feeling overall of the lever is a bit more nice, or like comfortable. On the ALM KOPI, it's a bit more raw. You need to push a little bit more. I believe it's because maybe the shape of the lever itself. But I don't know if it's just mine or if it's been corrected. My finger here can literally be squeezed. So that's something to be aware of. The machine is also much lower profile, so if you have cabinet or something like space-wise it's important, you might prefer to go with the Flair 58. As for the cons, there's many things that should have been done better, and don't get me wrong, I really enjoy that Flair. I had a very crazy opportunity to get this machine at a very low price, but still, like, I paid with it with my own money, and the store didn't make any deal. Like, I bought it secondhand from someone, and I got a crazy price on this machine. But that doesn't change the fact that there's things that they could have done better for sure. The piston construction is very puzzling to me. Like, first of all, that little plastic pin here seemed to be very fragile, and there's also a very, very tiny O-ring here. I don't know if I can focus on it. It's very tiny. And all the principle that how it connects and everything, plus the fact that the piston itself is rotating from time to time, and at some point, if you're not careful, the plunger will get out and you will not be able to make your shot of espresso. And they have a little plastic fidgety tool that you need to put here when the machine is cold to set it at the right angle and everything. I don't like this. I'm sure they could have done it better. Still, it doesn't affect the taste or anything, but as user-friendly, this is not the best, I think. And the fact that this is... the weight is not balanced on the piston plunger. I believe this is what made the piston rotating. And when I bought this machine, the pressure profiling unit was on it, and it was very not nice. Like the weight of it on the piston and everything, I feel very uncomfortable. I don't think it's meant to be like this. And at some point, I even took a tie wrap to solidify this so it keeps straight when I'm pulling shot. But then I had the tie wrap in my water and stuff, so I get rid of it. And I decide I prefer to use the pressure profiling unit on my house machine, and I can really mimic any other espresso machine without a doubt with this equipped with my ALM KOPI. So anyway, about that, there's no mirror that come with it, and there's no place to put a mirror with it unless you do my simple hack with the magnet. There's no PID. To me, one of big miss that they should have done is they should have put some sort of degree and number here and find a way to at least show the temperature or something like that, because temperature, to me, it's not critical, but it's very a nice plus to be able to play with it, to play with the temperature of the machine and the water. Especially if you're doing more than one shot, one after the other. I don't like the fact that very few scale can be fit here. I believe this is a Mi coffee scale. It worked very nicely. It fit inside this. Previously, I had Akaya Lunar mini scale. I'm very sad I sold it. But I should have kept it, but that's the thing. About that, I don't like the drip tray. That thing is seen to be like an afterthought. I know when you're doing espresso, it's not always needed, but if for some reason some water drip, then it will drip and keep the scale wet, which is in any case not ideal. And I just don't like how it's done and the way it's difficult to clean correctly. It's very strange. I just cleaned it, but still, like, there's some gunk inside. It's a weird silicone drip tray. Still, it's working, but it's certainly not a positive point. I usually prefer larger heat mass, metallic mass, whether it's brass or stainless. Any machine, all espresso machine benefit from having a bigger heat mass, whether it's a commercial machine or it's a house machine. The more water, the more mass you have heated at a good temperature, it will show in the cup. Like, I don't know like the scientifical behind this, but I know that it's important. So, and just as an example, the portafilter get, I would say, barely warm on the Flair. And I can tell you the portafilter on the ALM KOPI is getting the same temperature as the head, which I need to talk, since I'm in this, that I will try to come back to why it's at 102 later. So, of course, the fact that there is less heat mass, it warms up faster, but it's also less retaining that heat. And to me, it's not something I like. Another point that I dislike about the Flair is the fact that there's a connection here with two Allen key. And from what I've experienced, it gets loose with time, and the lever became loose, and there's like that jiggly feeling about that machine that could have been done better, I think. Also, all the O-ring and gasket are a bit more complicated to find. I'm a guy that keep my stuff very clean, lube it once a week, make sure everything is straight and nice, so that like my stuff is lasting a long time. But I've seen a lot of users messing up the O-ring and complaining and getting scratch inside and stuff. So still, like, you need to think that you need to buy spare O-ring. For me, another small trick on Aliexpress, you can find some kit of O-ring for this machine. I think you have 3 full set. For the complete machine, they are the same color, same size, everything. It's full silicone from an O-ring manufacturer. Maybe it's even the original manufacturer of the O-ring, and they sell it for like $12 shipped to your home, 12 Canadian bucks for 3 full set. So that's pretty much it. Of course, the wire connection and the box and everything, this is not ideal, but like for me, I just make a very simple hole in my bench, and I try to get all the cable at the same place, and it's not much of a problem for me, but I know a lot of people, they would prefer it done otherwise. The gauge also is air filled, and I tend to prefer the oil fill gauge. They react a little bit differently, and that's just maybe a personal thing. So that's pretty much it for the Flair. Overall, it makes awesome espresso if you know what you're doing, if you know your coffee, if you know how to grind and match the basket size and everything, you will have, like, for sure, you can mimic, or you can have the best quality espresso. Even like I don't remember getting into a coffee shop and being served a better espresso that I can do myself. So you don't worry about this if you buy the Flair. As for the ALM KOPI ZXS 2S machine, of course, it's all stainless steel construction. I haven't seen any other material than stainless and wood, of course, on this machine, to the exception, I believe, of this small set screw that is here to connect a water inlet line. So if you're using their steamer, you can start your steamer, and when the water is hot enough, you just have to open a little valve and it will fill the espresso machine with hot water already. And it's made, of course, of brass. Other than that, it's all silicone and stainless steel. For me, it's the best. Like, if I scratch it or something, I can just polish it or sand it, and I will get my machine nice looking. I'm someone who take very care of its stuff, so I like when it's on top. The build quality, I need to show, like, I have seen hundreds of espresso machine, but it's the first time that I see a machine that have such nice welding everywhere. I don't know if it will show on the video, but everything is so nicely welded. The weight, the thickness of that stainless, it's mind-blowing. Look at the base. Like, the base, it's at least 1/4 of an inch full stainless steel plate, and it's welded to the, I don't know how to call this, the lever tree. It's exquisite. Like, the finish of some of those parts is not perfect. Like you can see, there are some like sanding mark, I would say, but it's overall it's very nicely done. The fit of the parts together, at least on my machine, I find it very nice. There is also a version of this machine with a wood base. And the reason why I didn't go with the wood base, even if this one is more expensive, is because if I need more cup clearance, I just need to remove that drip tray, and I get, I would say, a good 3/4 inch of more cup clearance. So if I need a scale or any sort of weird new thing that I need to put under, at least I have more room than I would say most of espresso machine. And while I'm thinking about it, it might be a good idea to measure it. Like without drip tray, I have 7 inches under my port filter, and with the drip tray, I'm at 6 inches. And that's the thing I don't like on the Flair. You barely have like 4 inches if you have a scale. And if you have no scale and no drip tray, you're like at 5 1/4, 5.5 inch. So like for cup choosing and stuff, my wife like a big like Starbucks style cup, so I can pull very large shot with that machine. If like quadruple basket would exist, then I would be able to pull monster shot and have her very well caffeinated for the day. So that's why I choose the drip tray version. And overall, like I don't like to have wood too close to where there is water, just as for like longevity. Can show maybe a little bit more of detail. These are all stainless regular screw. That's the thermocouple. It is sitting just above the piston, and as you can see, there is no O-ring in the piston chamber. It's just a stainless steel ball that shut off an hole, and this way there's pressure created, and I don't see how it can get loose or something, and it like as long as you keep it clean, it will function very well. So about that, like I said, there's that oil fill pressure gauge. I really like it. There's a G18 or a BSP or BSPP thread, female thread on the machine, which is pretty much a standard in the espresso tool. The heat mass is very impressive. I hope I would have some sort of comparison. This is Aeropress traveling version, and like if I can put it side to side, like you can see the group head is quite larger, and it's just because it's thick, and the heating element is all around inside, I believe inside that sleeve. So and you can fill it with at least 100 milliliter of water, which is very good. You have the PID. I really love the PID. What I don't like about the PID is that, of course, the box size is a bit annoying, and I haven't figured yet how to make a temperature offset, because from my measurement, I have like a 4 or 5 degrees Celsius offset. So when it read 102 and I measure the temperature inside with the water, I'm more at 86, I would say. And because of the way it's placed, it's like in the middle, but it's a good place because it's measuring actually the water temperature. when I'm pulling boiling water in it, and I'm pulling a shot, and there's few seconds where the number here does not make much sense because all the water is under the piston, and so the thermocouple is getting exposed. So I don't really care about those few seconds of weird reading because of the mass of the head and the temperature of water that I'm putting in. I'm sure that like it's very temperature stable, and I can crank it to the point that my water is boiling, which is of no benefit, but at least I can reach it, so I'm not limited, and I could go as low as I want to. The best, in my humble opinion, the best point about this machine is the group head. I will try to show you. It's all stainless steel. It's E61 shower group head. The gasket is E61. The portafilter is E61. The basket is E61. Everything, it's very easy to remove. The weight function, there's a bit of difference between the Flair and the ZXS machine. You have a very thick puck of silicone that is shaped a bit like a star. And in the middle of that puck, you have a screw that is a stainless screw that is barely exceeding the thickness of the silicone puck. So when there's water in the group head, it's not dripping in the coffee because the silicone puck, which is inside the shower head, is sealing the water chamber. But as soon as you push, since there's pressure and it's shaped a little bit like a star, the water will fill around that silicone puck and will find its way into the shower head and will be dispersed very evenly. And what I like about it, if I want a matrix shower screen, or if I want an EMS, or if tomorrow they are coming out with that new crazy shower head that do miracle to your espresso, I will be able to put it in. As for the Flair, there is nothing, and that's not a problem, but it's important to understand that when you are lifting the lever, the water is automatically in contact with your coffee, which might not be ideal depending on your school of thought of making espresso. The con about this machine, there is something that I disliked. The PID size, of course, it's a big something to consider at least. The wire length also, that would have been nice if they could have included a longer wire like this, or if we can buy it. Maybe we can buy it, but I didn't found any. Also, when I ordered it, the seller was offering a 110 version on their site, but when I placed my order, he told me that I will have to have an extra box to convert the 220 to 110, which I refuse. So they told me I had 2 weeks to wait, and they will figure that out for me, and they will send me a version that work only on 110 volt. And maybe that's why I have such a big PID, because on their picture the PID is much smaller, but this I don't know for sure. And also, when it arrived, that connection wasn't made correctly. Like the wires were exposed. I don't know what happened, maybe in the shipping, and it was like bomb-proof packaged. So I contact iTop, and they were very kind. They took my problem seriously. Obviously, I know how to remake this correctly myself, but I was hoping to see what kind of services they would give me, and they had the factory make a video just for me showing how to just unscrew this and push the wire a little bit more and screw it back, and everything was fine, everything was working, and it was fixed within a few hours. So that's a plus and a con. Another thing that I see that they fix on another version of this machine, that I should make another video about why I choose this one exactly. The main reason is that I can remove the shower screen, the shower head, excuse me, the shower screen, because on the newer version of this machine, it's welded in place. So when I, like, for cleaning purpose and everything, I feel more comfortable being able to remove the screen. Also to put some moly coat inside, it's just easier. But on the newer version, the group head is like a bit advanced. So if I have some spraying going on, which is pretty rare, I would say, the pole here gets some coffee drip on sometime, and it's a bit annoying. Of course, the warm-up time is much longer. It's more like a commercial or like a normal espresso machine. But like I said, that thing is opening up at 5 in the morning and it's closing up at 7 p.m. in the evening. Every day it stay hot all day. I don't care. I didn't have any problem. And it doesn't take much of electricity, which is a problem here in my small apartment, because it's otherwise the fuse just keep blowing up when I had those big machine here. So it's something like it's very nice to be able to have it automatically light and shut by just a schedule on the app or on manually by my phone. So that's pretty much it. The only thing I have to do, I will try to show you a shot on both or 2 shots on both. And if you guys have any question, measurement, anything, I know this video, I had a lot of requests, and I'm not a YouTuber. I will not bullshit you. I don't get paid. I don't get deal most of the time. I'm paying for my stuff. And I don't care. Like, I want to give you the good detail. It's like, it's a lot of money for making coffee. I know the game. My channel is called The Rabbit Hole, not for no reason. You guys, and me included, have some sort of OCDs about detail and stuff. So, like, if you want, make sure like, subscribe if you find that my videos are somehow useful. Even it's very raw, uncut and unedited and everything. Like I said, I'm not a YouTuber. I'm more like a technician, a roaster. These are more my element. So I'm today I will be just keep the water at boiling temperature. I will start with the ALM KOPI. This part might be a little bit annoying to watch because I need to do many stuff at the same time. And we will maybe start with some darker roast. I will try to get this set like that. Is it possible? It's not the best. If you guys wonder, this grinder is another bargain on the internet. Of course, it's made in China, but most of the stuff is made in China anyway. And they have very nice burrs. They have 2 sets of burrs. You have some omnipotent, or I don't know how they call them, like with our most uniform conical burr, and this is the espresso burr. So it's a bit noisy, but not that much. I will try to make the best puck prep I can, so I know I'm on a bit of a tight side of the grind. I'm doing I cannot stop doing some bloom style espresso, so you might discover for the first time what is a bloom shot, a real bloom shot, and it cannot be made with a lot of machine the real way. So this is my puck prep. It's pretty nice. I have those screen also that are the best I found. They have very, very fine hole, but they are also, the first layer is very large hole, so the water flow nicely. And I will try to put the camera here. Good Lord, it's not easy. It's not easy. Of course, I will not use the pressure profiling device for today. Thing to know, when I first bought the machine, the portafilter was a little bit grainy to close, and it got a very nice fit after I don't know, maybe a week or two of utilization. So for this shot, I will pump as much hardly as much as I can, like trying to reach 10 bar as fast as I can, and then I will let it bloom doing nothing for 30 seconds. And you might think that it will get over extracted, but since I'm not adding any newer solvent or fresh water in the puck, it does not taste over extracted. It is just blooming the coffee particle. So there we go. I will try to press at 9 bar. For you guys who wonder, you're hearing the Hadan on the background. It's the Muslim call to prayer, because I'm a fellow converted Muslim and I really enjoy hearing it. Reminded me of the important stuff of this life, and if you're not about Islam and stuff like that, I can understand also. So I'm at 41 gram, 42 gram. Of course, like every single shot I had on this machine, it looked absolutely delicious. So we will add it sit here, and we will do the whole process again with the Flair 58 this time. Like I said, I'm using the same basket, and I will be using the same exact POC screen. On both of the shot, trying to mimic or get as much as the same for both shots. So I will be filling the chamber, and I will film this one too. Even with the same glass, and maybe I can borrow even the light. I don't know if that will work. I'll try to. Doesn't seem. That would have been nice, but okay, maybe like this. It's too bright. Okay. So there we go. I will do the same thing. I will push to 10 bar straight, and I will try to have it to bloom. I've seen Intelligentsia, I believe in California, that we're waiting to get 3 gram in the 3 or 5 gram in the glass before starting the bloom, and I think that at least having few grams makes sense, so you're sure that you're constant on how you're saturating the puck. So there you go, and I will somehow push around 9 bar. It's a bit hard to film because I cannot focus because my hand is on the lever, but it's a delicious shot for sure, and it will stop at 41 gram too, and it looks dangerously similar. So I will just wait a bit, and I will do a taste comparison, even if that doesn't change anything on which I believe is the best machine. Both are producing excellent shot. The difference overall is more on feeling, looking, longevity, accessibility of the parts. But as for the coffee, both produce dangerously similar espresso. It's a very good coffee. It's hard to believe how sweet these shots are, even if the roast to my taste is a bit dark, because I've been roasting for a guy that is making Turkish coffee. So it's a bit out of my habit, but still both are very good. Both are very good. The only thing I can say is by looking at the way they pull, for some reason it seemed to be easier to achieve good shot, or at least good looking shot with the ALM KOPI, but by a very, very, very small margin. So that's it, guys. I, of course, took a lot of time, but it's done. It's messy, like I'm used to work. And do not hesitate if you have any question. I have to mention something. I have been contacted by StarSeeker, who made this beautiful grinder. And after talking with them and trying to struggle a little bit, I might be able to review their new grinder, which is not for sale, or it's not, they're not shipping it right now, but it's for sale. You can search for it on Aliexpress. It's called the AK74. It's a 74 flat burr grinder, which is on the style of the 078S from Time More and the new DF83 style. But this one has a timer and a variable RPM, and the burrs are magnetic. So you have a little bit more of a surface grinding, and overall it look a little bit awkward, but I haven't seen it in person. To me, all those type of grinder look a bit weird, and I really like the look of this one. But anyway, if they end up cutting me a deal or sending me one, or if I have the money and the interest, I might actually be buying this grinder. And of course, I will try to be one of the first to review it, because it seemed like they improved some of the point from the Time More and even the DF83. So hope you enjoy, guys. Don't forget, try to subscribe. It's free. It helped the channel. It helped me. For strange reason, I had some viral video that I get like 10,000 views. It's all organic views. I'm not cheating views. I'm not buying views. I'm not nothing of that. I'm the good old technician who fix stuff for hustling. And I'm a very old school passionate of espresso and milk-based coffee drink. And I've been through the rabbit hole, and I've had some very expensive dream machine, and I'm back to that more weird lab, mad scientist type of coffee setup. So see you later.